With the roll call, Eric?
Mario Liscano, Sonia Falcon,
Here.
Alma Caso,
Here.
Johnny Rodriguez,
Here.
Jose Delgado,
Here.
Dr. Annabelle Palomo,
Here.
Ms. Laura Warren.
Here.
Those unable to attend did advise prior to the meeting that they weren't going to be able to make it.
So we're keeping track of those absences, right? Okay. All right, next item is organizational business, and we need approval of the minutes from February the 6th. If you've had a chance to look at them, that's item 2A.
I'd like to move to approve the minutes as posted.
Okay,
I'll second that.
thank you, Dr. Colomo. Okay, all those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Thank you, gentlemen. Next, we have the treasurer's report. So if you will turn to item 2B. If you have any questions, we've gone over this, and I think we're waiting on the audit. Any news on that, Hilda? Okay. Okay. Yeah, so maybe we can get a chance to review that too.
I would,
And then CJ, also about our tax return, just,
yeah, so that, I know payment was just submitted for that. So we'll be able to follow up to receive that copy. And I also believe that between now and the next meeting, I think we would need to sit down and reevaluate, maybe keeping within our budget, but moving around some of the line items and the
Okay.
budgets just so that they allocate properly for what is being used. I think some of it may not be in perfect alignment, just so that we don't look like we're going over budget for things that could fall into the right
so
category.
realign the budget and then
Mhm.
propose those realignments.
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe you and I can sit down with Jameson.
Yes, that would be
Okay.
great.
Or-
Mhm.
Okay, any questions regarding the budget report? If not, I'll need a motion to accept.
I make a motion.
Okay,
A
thank you.
second.
Thank you. All those in favor of the motion for our treasurer's report, please signify by saying aye.
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 All
Aye.
those, all those against, please signify by the same. Motion carries unanimously. Next, we have activities and announcements, and we have the president's administrative report.
Hi, good afternoon, board. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to go ahead and start off with the membership report. It's a fairly good report. As of March, as of today, we have a total of 205 members, 5 being new and 3 renewing. And at the moment, we're going to take the time to recognize those members. For our corporate members, we have Member Construction as a new member. We have Titan Fuel as a new member, and South Texas Health System as a renewal. Our gold members, we have Southern Careers Institute as a new member and Elephant Building Materials as a renewal. And then our silver members will be Sames as a new member, Elizondo Plaza as a new member, and Hair Solutions Day Spa as a new member. And then a few more silver members, we have Cafeína Aroma as a new member, Aroma de Lis, Candle Co. as a new member, and New York Life as a new member. Any questions?
Any questions for Erica?
No, just welcome to our new members. We need to recruit for our ambassador program.
Yes.
The new
For
one.
sure.
Most definitely. Next up, we have a workshop that's going to be happening tomorrow. We highly encourage the public to make it out. Business workshop called Work Mode On. This is in partnership with the city and also with PDC as well too. This is going to be held at the Pharr 1 building off of Nolana. So 1121 East Nolana Loop, Pharr, Texas. It's going to be a very informative workshop. We're going to be able to have certain departments there on hand to be able to help and assist those that are interested in expanding their businesses or starting their businesses.
And just to add to that, these are the the type of programming and type of events that we have already met with the PEDC that we will continue to partner on and expand and grow and kind of utilize this one as a kind of guinea pig, so to speak, to see what direction we will continue to take these in. If there's specific needs that are going to be needed as far as on the entrepreneurial side and businesses looking to scale or continue to expand their business here in Pharr.
So did we send this to all of our members?
Mhm.
Okay.
And it's being promoted to this, like, to businesses in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even
And
to our
that's-
non-members as well
Right.
too.
And we'll utilize that as a recruiting tool as well for new
Yeah.
businesses.
Yeah, so we could have a good,
And correction date, it's gonna be on the 7th, not tomorrow. I'm sorry.
and who is going to be presenting at this workshop?
It's going to be a combination of the chamber, all the departments that are required for new business, so permits, building and code, fire. They're going to give their kind of 101 on what's required from their departments, and even have somebody on site to either set appointments for them to be able to move forward with whatever questions that they may have, or appointments that they're needing for their business. And we'll highlight on the benefits of the chamber and do almost a recruitment piece at that point.
So this is a good event if you're trying to start a new business in Pharr. You get to
Absolutely.
meet all the people that you're going to have to come into contact with,
Mhm.
and they'll all be in one room, right?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I think that that's a big advantage for anybody that's out there that's going to be opening up a new business, right? Or if you're not sure you understand one
What
of the
the rules are,
departments
yeah.
here at the
Mhm.
city, this is a very good opportunity for people to participate.
And maybe opening to opportunities to members that also get involved when it comes to build business startups or expansions. To maybe invite some of the financial entities that are members for our Pharr chamber, so they can also see what options they have when it comes to financing. I think that would be a great idea.
So that would, that is
Or
something,
another workshop,
yeah,
not for
that's a
tomorrow,
separate
but-
workshop that we're looking to have to be a little bit more detail on, and including SBA and the different financial resources that are available in banking institutes that have options for small business loans and all that good stuff. Yeah, that would be a separate one that we're
So
looking to
now
put
in
on.
this
Mhm.
economic environment, that may be very useful.
Absolutely, yeah, and to new and established businesses alike, yeah, absolutely.
Cybersecurity is also a big issue.
Yeah.
So, things like that.
Yeah. No, we have a list that we're currently working on, and I'll probably be sending you guys an email on that as we're recruiting speakers and potential businesses to the categories that we're suggesting, and then also get feedback. So we'll be sending an email out to get your all's feedback on what's
Legal
coming up.
Aspects of things, OSHA,
Mhm.
employer rights, I mean, all that kind of stuff. Thank you.
And then also we have our PALS Ambassador Program meeting kickoff for March the 20th. So far, we have 11 entries, and we just keep receiving our entries. They're being email blasted. They're on our social media webpage. We'll also be calling them as well too, letting them know, hey, we have this meeting going on, and we highly encourage you to join. And so we're looking forward to that. Any comments on that?
No, you're doing a very good job promoting it. I got it
Yeah,
through
I-
Instagram, Facebook, the text, and an email. So, good job.
Good to secure.
So you send it already to all of our members,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
And all the new members too?
Correct.
Okay.
Is this gonna be a luncheon? Are you all
Yeah,
gonna
we're gonna provide
lunch.
lunch. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a sponsor for the lunch, or we're paying for it?
We're paying for it. Yeah, as of right
We're
now.
sponsoring.
And that's part of what we can go over on some of the,
Yeah.
that's where some of the allocated funds that I was talking about. And then from there, once we get a real idea of what that is moving forward, we can offset where we say, you know what, we'll probably need a sponsor for this one, or, as we move forward.
And
'Cause
maybe at the meetings, we can highlight some of the members as being
As sponsors,
sponsors. that are-
absolutely.
are food or
we
restaurants.
have some, I've met with a couple new potential members that are looking to come on board, and those are the kind of things State Farm is looking to host and sponsor as well.
Good.
A couple of other new businesses that we're trying to recruit on board.
Next up, we have Ms. Pharr 2024 Scholarship Pageant that we'll be taking on. And so we'll be going into or having some meetings about that, going more in depth, planning it for the competition categories, the age divisions, registration fees, and what's covered, and also promoting and advertising this event as well too.
I know, I just told Sonia.
Last year.
I
It
told
was
Sonia, we're
just-
still doing
That
that.
was a board, you said that was the last year.
I thought last year was the last year.
You want to chime in?
I'm like,
Yes.
I would, that was just put on my radar, and we're still planning to meet on and get some details on that transition. I know most other chambers do kind of do host the city's pageant. I'm open to getting more details, see how we can expand it and really kind of highlight and potentially see what benefit the chamber can gain from that. I think it's a good opportunity for us to do some collaboration with the schools and do recruitment for that. But I wanted to expand on that. I don't want it to be geared towards just, certain things, but it's a good way for us to open that door. So I'm not opposed to it. I think that, the staff has had experience with that. So that's one thing that I see as an advantage. And of course, we have the city's events department as a resource as well that handled it last year, that has reassured that they'll be, with us hand in hand to make sure that the logistics part of the event is going to be taken care of. And we're more so on the recruitment, the advertising, and sponsorship for the scholarships outreach is what we're going to be kind of overseeing. So we have a planning meeting scheduled for later this week. So we'll get some more details, and I'll go ahead and do a recap email to you guys as well, so that so you guys can get a clear idea of what exactly we'll be overseeing as a chamber.
A few of our past events that occurred in the month of February, we have the ribbon cutting ceremony for Cafeína Aroma. It was a really great turnout, and so far the city is loving her coffee and everything that she's selling there. Also, we did a ribbon cutting for Hair Solutions Day Spa. It's a one-stop shop. I've heard clients being with her over 20 plus years. She started in Olana and now she's off of Cage, and they follow her. They really, really love her team and the services she provides.
So this is her second location?
Yeah, this is her second location here in Pharr.
Congratulations to her.
Yeah. And she seems to be a big staple for a lot of Pharr residents. They had a really good turnout. That picture is not even everybody that showed up, because that event went on longer. But they had a lot of positive things to say. She has a lot of support from the community.
Even from Pharr employees, they
Yeah.
go there too to get pampered. We also attended the Buenas Tardes luncheon in support of the Greater Mission Chamber of Commerce, February 15th, 2024, over at the Mission Events Center. Do you want to say more on that, CJ? Or?
I think I expressed the reasoning behind that at the strategic planning session, and just so that we can recap for those that weren't there, this was an event that I wanted us to really gain perspective on, as far as seeing the direction that I would like to bring as far as substantive programming to the Pharr Chamber. This was the last event I planned in Mission, and so there was a lot of personal pride there, but also I just wanted us to see the direction in which I would like to take that programming. They had a great turnout. It was, the board members that were in attendance, Mr. Delgado and Mr. Rodriguez, got to see what that all entailed. So I don't know if they would like to chime in on that. I know, Mr. Johnny, you're still on the call. Mr. Delgado.
Oh, yeah. It was a well-attended luncheon. It was well put together. I'm glad I attended. Great job on putting it together as your last event.
Thank you.
I'm going to second exactly what Johnny mentioned there. It was very, very well put together.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
How many people attended?
They had 260 people in attendance.
And the purpose for the Buenas Tardes luncheon is?
The purpose for the Buenos Aires luncheon is to really give to have whole membership meetings. So it's open. It is also a fundraiser. It's also it's an income generator, but it's also for us to bring substantive information to the business community and create a larger sense of networking. In this case, we had 3 institutions. There was Mr. I'm drawing a blank. Julian Alvarez, I'm sorry, now with Lone Star Bank, who brings his experience as former Texas Workforce Commissioner. There was the Mission EDC giving them their background on the current workforce development, and so that's what this was on, the current workforce trends and resources available to businesses. But the STC and the programming that they have and the opportunities they have for grants for businesses to apply for to help with their workforce gaps was something that I think you just saw as an audience member, everybody taking interest, taking pictures, writing those resources down. And that's what, what the goal is for that, and do it in a way that, one, brings in money to the chamber. And the tables are not overly expensive, and that's for a reason. It's so that they are affordable, because we want people to attend those things. We want to be able to get that information out there, but we also want to do right by our mission by providing that information, but also generating those funds that are needed to sustain us. So, and that's one of the one in my opinion is one of the most solid ways to do that. It's genuine, it's informative, and people get a ROI on that, and they can invite. It provides a great networking opportunity. They can invite and create a networking opportunity amongst themselves, or they can purchase individual tickets and be a part of the networking as an individual or as their business. So
Yeah, sometimes you allow the new members coming in to stand up for like a few seconds and say something about their business. I know McAllen does that.
oh yeah,
But they're fun meetings. The cost of the tickets pretty much is what pays for the luncheon
Correct.
and for the rental of the place.
correct.
And then you make a little bit more money when you have people sponsoring,
Right.
greater amounts. But it's something that puts the face of the chamber in the community, and they have legislative updates sometimes, workforce or economic development.
Mhm.
Typically, the presentations are relevant and up to date,
Right.
either events or laws that are to be approved that will affect the business owners or the membership. So I like them.
I-
I attend them when I can.
I have some ideas that we can discuss at a later date, in which I feel that would make the topics to the Pharr Chamber unique, based on the resources that the city offers, that the city has. I think that there's some untapped potential that we can really share with our business community, and really make not just the chamber but the city of Pharr stand out to our business community. So-
And like now we're going to have Driscoll in
Absolutely.
the community, and I think nobody really claims it as theirs, right?
Right.
It services the whole community, but
Absolutely.
I think we could have something where they come in and talk about what kind of services they're going to be providing for our kids, right? Because a lot of people don't know, but that would be a good way to get started, right? Contact
Absolutely.
them and set it up. And of course, I think we have a little internal contract member that could probably help with that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Got a
Thank you.
relative that started with them already.
Yeah.
I'm on the development board, so I might be able to get you
Oh, and
some-
Laura's on there too.
Here we go. We're-
Let me send you the info.
We also celebrated a ribbon cutting ceremony for Farmers Insurance. Osnar Rodriguez Agency. It was a really great turnout. This is the first insurance agency under his belt. So it was nice to see the community come out and support.
The interest on they had a regional director that attended, and their interest in helping be a part of the educational aspect of the things that we are I got to talk to her in detail, and she asked what we have planned for the chamber, and I mentioned that, and right away she, we set up a lunch. She wants to see how she can get involved. They want to sponsor, some sort of lunch and learn. So that was a really great ribbon cutting and networking opportunity for us as a chamber.
We also attended a ribbon cutting just yesterday for North Fur Avenue in Pharr. It's adjacent to Miracle Mile Bingo
Oh, right.
and Ferguson, the business. And I think it's going to be a great opportunity to be able to now have another pathway through there, so that the community can be traveling kind of around and through the area.
Greater accessibility to the expressway and to 495. So I don't know, Hilda, if you want to say anything in that regard.
Yes, we did have the ribbon cutting yesterday, and that it's to improve that connectivity, like Erica said, from 495. It used to be a dead end road. Now they added that extension and they open it up to frontage to the expressway. So that's going to alleviate a lot of the traffic problems and congestions along that on that area.
Upcoming events, again, we'll cover the business workshop, Work Mode on March the 7th, 1121 East Nolana Loop in Pharr, Texas. Anyone watching can definitely scan the QR code to register. It's free of charge. There's no covered, and there'll be refreshments there. And then also our PALS Ambassador Program meeting on March the 20th. Again, anyone watching can definitely scan the QR code to be able to register, and we really can't wait to have this meeting with our chamber members. And then a few ribbon cutting ceremonies that are tentative at the moment. Southern Careers Institute, which is off of Jackson, and then Titan Fuel, which is also a member of the bridge as well too, and then Matt's Building Material for April the 8th, 2024. That's about it for the upcoming events. Any questions, comments?
Questions for Erica? Good job, Erica.
I know that one of the items that we needed to go into for board action and strategic initiatives was the we've amended the bylaws twice, and those were emailed prior to. The things that were corrected were some of the things that were mentioned at our strategic planning session. And so those were from Article 2 under membership. These are not included in your agenda, but those are that were emailed to you. But this was for the honorary individual membership. We are going to be that was eliminated from from Section 7 of Article 2, as well as the composition of the board. We amended that as well, so that we identify the executive board as the chairman, chairman-elect, the immediate past chair, treasurer, and secretary. So only 5 executive offices that were going to be identified on the list. So aside from that, I believe everything else had already been discussed and amended prior to. So at this time, if you guys would like, we can either take that further discussion into executive session, or we can go ahead and approve the amended bylaws as emailed prior to the meeting.
What are the wishes of the board on that item? Okay. So
Excellent.
we'll then turn it over to go into closed session.
Correct.
Okay, so we're going to go into closed session in accordance with Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code. The board hereby gives notice that it may meet in a closed, non-public executive session to discuss the items listed on the public portion of the meeting agenda in accordance with the following below. Ricky, do I need to read all of that, or do I need to read all that pursuant to, or just, okay. Pursuant to Section 551.071, the board may convene in a closed, non-public meeting with its attorney and discuss any matters related to legal advice on pending or contemplated litigation, settlement offers, and/or a matter in which the duty of an attorney to the governmental body under this Texas disciplinary rules of professional conduct of the State Bar of Texas clearly conflicts with this chapter. You have to read the whole. That's fine. That's good. Most of us will be here all night. Read the whole thing. Okay, so we're not gonna go, it is 12:26 and we're gonna head into closed session. Okay, so it should be noted that we still have Jose and Johnny
on the
line.
phone. Mhm.
So
right.
CJ, you want to read the first?
Yes. So up for vote is a consideration, an action of amending the corporate bylaws for the Pharr Chamber of Commerce. So at our strategic planning session, updates had already been made in the sections previously discussed, and we will be making approving the bylaws with amending of the attendance policy under Section 2 of selections and elections of officers, and under Section 10 of during attendance, and it shall read, a member of the Board of Directors who is absent for more than 2 regular meetings and 2 Zoom meetings of the Board of Directors, including excused absences per fiscal year, shall be automatically dropped from the Board of Directors unless confined by illness or other absence approved by the chairperson of the Board of Directors.
So I need a motion to accept.
And I make a
Motion by
second.
Alma, second by Laura. Any further discussion? Okay. All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Next one.
Next item is consideration or any actions of appointment of members to the Greater Pharr Chamber Commerce Board of Directors. And one of the items that we are going to be approving is the composition of the new founding executive board for the chamber. We will be moving forward with this and updating it as well with the Secretary of State, and moving forward in which we will now be following our now approved bylaws with the new board terms and new direction for the Pharr Chamber of Commerce. The new executive board will be identified as Chairwoman Sonia Falcon, Chairwoman-elect Dr. Annabelle Palomo, Treasurer Ms. Laura Warren, and Secretary Ms. Alma Caso.
Okay, so I need a motion to move.
I make a motion.
Motion by
Make a
Alma.
motion.
And a motion by Jose.
Jose, okay. Motion by Jose and second by Alma. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
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 Awesome. Thank you, guys. What will be tabled at the moment, and no action will be taken, will be the consideration of the vacant spaces for the remaining officers that are currently open for the chamber. And so we will table that for now and move forward at our next meeting.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other business before the board? Okay, move to adjourn.
Your goodness.
I'm good.
Thank you.
Awesome.
much.
Thank you.
Rodriguez,
Thank
you're
you.
good?
Thank you.
Move to adjourn.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Motion by Alma,
Second
second by
by
Laura. All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
It's 12:54.